Okay, I will go ahead. So the first page which you see on the project is index.jsp. Okay, so in index.jsp, we have add employee, okay, and we have view employee. Okay, these are the two links, hyperlinks which we see or saw in index page. Correct. Now, if you click on add employee, what happens is, this particular. Okay. So what will happen is if I click on add employee, there will be a link. Okay. So I show you that link. So go to web app for the JSP pages. Okay. Let's take it silently, very slow. So this is the page, index page, which you can see on the screen where our project executed. Okay. So let the page come, then I will show you the link. So please concentrate here. It's not so simple. Okay. So you can see here we have two links, add employee and view employee. Okay. Now assume that you have clicked on add employee. Okay. So once you click on add employee, what happened? The Spring will take this particular word. Spring will take this particular word and it will search in our project. It will take this EMP form word. Actually, this is a mapping word. So this mapping word will be picked up by Spring and it will check in entire project. So where the link of EMP form is, we have the link of EMP form is inside dispatcher servlet. Okay, inside dispatcher servlet. So after index page, which file will execute? Dispatcher servlet. In dispatcher servlet, we have written a something called context. Okay, so with that context you will get, see here, this is the context. Okay, so this particular tag will take you on the com.mycontroller. It will take you on com.mycontroller. So we said we are on the index page, we have clicked on add employee. So once you clicked on add employee, what will happen? This particular EMP form word will be picked by Spring and it will search on dispatcher servlet. Okay, so let's go to dispatcher servlet. This is your dispatcher servlet. Now here we have redirected this request to the com.mycontroller package. Com.mycontroller package. So it will be found here. You can see in Java resources, I have here my controller, com.mycontroller. So that particular request will be handed over to this hello world controller. Now inside hello world controller, we'll see that particular EMP form mapping word. Okay, so I will show you. Don't lose the concentration. It is the entire process. I'm telling you, this is called as web flow. Okay, so you should understand how the program is working. So you can see here is the word, correct? So we have taken this word from index. Okay, we have taken this word from index. So where the link for EMP form is, who will tell you? First index page link will go to dispatcher servlet. From dispatcher servlet, it will go to hello world controller. Now in hello world controller, we have used request mapping. We have used request mapping, and we have written that particular word. We have written that particular word. Now what it will do? It will execute the form called as EMP form. It will execute the form called as EMP form. Now, how Spring will come to know where is this particular form, right? So where this particular form, how Spring framework will understand? So it will understand it from the dispatcher servlet. So in dispatcher servlet, we have kept a view resolver. You can see this is a view resolver. Here is your view resolver. So what Spring will do? Spring will come to this particular beam and check where is that particular form. So it will get this particular path, that is web-INF views. You can see here. Here is web-INF, and below to that we have view. Okay. So inside this particular view, it will find that EMP form. So I will expand it. Now you can see here is the EMP form. So this is a flow which you have to understand. I'm taking it again. Okay. So concentrate. And if you won't understand anything, please ask. Okay. Now, this exercise will start from index page. This exercise will start from index page. So once you click on add employee, what's going to happen is your request on add employee will be stored in EMP form. This EMP form will look for the package inside dispatcher servlet first. So here it will found that we have to go to com.mycontroller. So after executing index file, it will go to dispatcher servlet, and from dispatcher servlet, it will get the link inside the package for com.mycontroller. So where is your com.mycontroller? Here it is. So inside that, it will find this particular controller. Okay, and this controller will have that same name which we have on index. See here, this is the same name, EMP form. I'm mapping over here. Okay, so once this particular link is established, what it will do, it will open the form called as EMP form. Now, from where it will understand where this particular form is kept, so it will be understand from the dispatcher servlet. So it will go to dispatcher servlet again, and it will find out the bean called as view resolver. So this is a view resolver bean. So in this view resolver, we have said that if you want to see the EMP form JSP file, then go to WebINF views. So we will go to WebINF views, and here you can see the file resides, EMP form. So this file will get executed. This is the flow from index page to the EMP form JSP. I hope you have understood it. If you have any questions, please let me know. Any questions? Have you understood this flow? We will go step by step. Is everyone understood this flow? Kindly reply, then we will go ahead. If you have any questions, please ask. Okay, so Himanshu is saying no questions. Please write whole reply. Don't say just no, because it will be misleading that you are not understanding the flow. Okay, so I guess there is no question. So I hope you have understood it, and I'm going ahead now. No questions. Okay. So now, once this particular EMP form get executed, it will have a form. Now, yesterday we have said that this is not just a HTML form. This is called a Spring form. Okay, where we have said form : form, right? So this form is called as namespace, and this form is called as this particular form is called as derived. Okay, so this particular form have a method called post. This form have a method called post. So whenever you are going to insert the name, salary, designation, and when you click on save, here it is. Once you click on save or submit, this link will take this particular save word, and this save word will be again searched in controller. So you can see here is the save. So what's going to happen once you click on submit, you will be redirected to this particular method. Now what this method is doing, it is taking the Pojo class name. Okay, this is the EMP which is a Pojo class. You can see here it is EMP. See, this is emp.java. So it is taking a reference of this file and saying DAO.save and saying DAO.save. Right? Now what is DAO? You can just see here, EMP DAO is a class and object of class is DAO. So how my Spring architecture will understand that this is the object? So I have to say AutoWire. So once you say AutoWire, you will get this DAO as an object. Okay. Now with that object, you are calling a save method. Now where we will see this save method? Okay. So it will say DAO.save. So where you will look for? You will look for DAO object. DAO object is of which class? EMP DAO. So go to EMP DAO. Here we are. So this EMP DAO will execute, and it will simply execute the insert into statement. That is how your record is inserted. Okay, so this is the process behind it. Now let's go ahead. Now this time we will assume that user have clicked on view employee. Add employee we have completed. Now we will see view employee. So I will open this index. Now see, you can see here is view employees. So once you click on view employees, what it will do is it will take this particular word. It will take this particular word and go to search in the dispatcher solid. Now also same process will happen. Now also you will get this particular com.mycontroller. Then you will go to com.controller, right? com.mycontroller. Inside com.mycontroller you have hello world controller. So it will search for this particular link. What is a link? What is a link? What is a mapping word? View employee. What is a mapping word? View employee. So it will search this view EMP through dispatcher outlet. It will go to hello world controller. So you can see here is the particular file. That's link. See here, view EMP. Okay, now what had happened here is you got the mapping. Now what you have to do, you have to use that DAO object and call get employees method. So where you will find this get employee method inside this object. So this object is of EMP DAO. We will go to EMP DAO and execute this method. So go to this particular EMP DAO and find out where is that get employees. So you will get it in this particular DAO file. So you can see here is my get employees. Okay, now I'm going to retrieve this data from EMP10 database. I'm going to retrieve this data from EMP10 table. Okay, so while retrieving, we have to create object of EMP class and we have to say v.setID. v.setID. So what will happen? It will go to the database and pick up the value of first column. Value of first column. Then you are saying e.setName. Again, what will happen? Your result set will search for second column. So because this particular column is string, so instead of using ent, we are using string. So where you will use get int when there is a column having integer data type inside the table, and when you will use get string when you have a character value in database. So second value is a character value. So we are saying rs.getString 2. So second column value will get retrieved and it will be saved here. Then it will go for float. Now float is a salary column. So salary can be in points also. So that get float data type we are using and retrieving value from the third column. Okay. And there is a designation as well. So that we are retrieving using get showing fourth column. So this is how your data is populated. First, it will populate ID. Second, it will populate string. Third, it will populate float. And again, fourth is string. Now, after return, now what it will do, if by setting all the things, it will go, it will return E. Now, what is E? E is the object of EMP. So let's go to the allower controller and see where that particular list got created. So you can see it here. Here the list is created. So whatever data we have retrieved, that data will be stored in ls list now. Now, once it is stored in list, it will call view EMP. Once the list have, what is list now? List is a generic object of list interface. So now list interface, what it do? It store the data in object format. So whatever data we got, that is of various users. So we cannot save it inside a variable. Why? Because if we have thousands of record, then you need to create 1,000 variables, which is not applicable. So what we will do, we will store that particular data of employees into list object. Okay, and then we will call view employee, view EMP. Now again, same process will happen. This view EMP word, mapping word, will be go to servlet. From servlet, it will go to hello world controller. From servlet, it will go to hello world controller. In hello world controller, it will see where is this file. Okay, so what is the name of that file? Just see here. It is here. It is redirecting you over here. So we said EMP now in controller, we got this word called as view EMP. Now you can see at the left hand side of the project where I have open entire project. Here you can see view EMP. So this view EMP page will get called. Okay, how it will get called? The same thing. It will go dispatcher servlet first, then it will go to hello world, and then it will come to view EMP. Okay, this is how the flow of the project is. Now, what we are doing, we are saying emp.id. That means the ID of the employee will get displayed. Then what is emp.name? It is the name of the employee. What is salary? It is the salary of employee. And what is designation? It is a emp column or database table column, right? So once you have that data, we will put a link called edit and delete. We'll put a link called edit and delete. So once you click on edit, again this mapping word will be picked up. This mapping word will go with the current ID of the employee. So there are 10 records and I'm editing second record, for example. So who will give me that second number? This second number will be given by this emp.id. So by taking that second number, it will go to edit map, edit emp. Now again, same process is going to happen. We will take this edit emp, we'll go to servlet. Servlet from servlet, we will go to hello world controller, and here we can see the mapping. Okay, here we can see the mapping. You can see here it is edit emp. Okay, so for edit emp, which file is getting called emp edit form? Which file is getting called emp edit form? So look here whether you have emp edit form or not. So yes, we have it here, emp edit. So this particular page will get called. So this particular text box will have that particular values like ID, name, salary, and designation. So that is displayed on the screen. Now, if you want to change the salary, then you will change it and you will click on submit. Okay, so once you click on submit, your request of changing the salary will go to CRUD edit save. Will go to CRUD edit save. CRUD is what? It is the name of the project, and edit save is the it is a mapping string. So if where you will find this edit save, you will find it in controller. So it will go to controller and find it here. You can see here is edit save. So now the string is matched. Now what it will do? It will update the record. It will fire only update. Okay, only it will call update method, and it will update the data of employees. This is how we are editing it. And after doing that, we will return to redirect view employee. So where we are redirecting back? We are redirecting back to the view emp over here. Okay, so it will show the edited changes, updated changes to you. And this is how this entire project is working. I do understand that entire project cannot be understood by you in a first go. So that is why I said this is a boot camp. So we are not a learning sprint. We are just viewing the screen, We are getting experience from this particular sprint session, how we are going to learn. Okay, so for these various things, I need to teach you like string form, then URL, then core tag, then there is something called object. Okay, so these things you need to learn, and after learning entire Spring, if you come this project, then you will understand very fast. Okay, so this is how we have done this project. So I have executed it. I will again execute it. I have right click here, say run as server. Okay, students are still coming. Okay, so right click here and say run, next, and finish. Yeah, this also I need to teach you how the configure project is there, how to run on the Apache Tomcat, how to add the server. So a lot of things we are going to learn, but not here in our regular classes. So I can understand a few of you may not understood this entire flow, but I hope you have seen this particular project and details of that particular project. What is object, what is class, what is method, okay, what is for each. So I hope these things you are aware of now, right? So it is executing the project. Okay, it is executing. It is on a way to execute it. See, see here, this is your index page. So you can view the employees. You click here and you can view your employees. So I have already clicked. Now it will show us our employees. So you can see this is my employee list. So the entire list who have who have showing you this particular entire list, this particular object. Here you can see view EMP file, this object and this column name. It is showing you this content. So when you say EID or whenever you say ID, so what it do? It goes to EMP DAO. So it will go to EMP, the object of employee, and it will pick up the ID. Then it will pick name, salary, designation, and it will show you in this particular row. This is how this data is getting retrieved. Okay, I have shown you last time how to delete and edit. Okay, if you want to add, you can click here. So it will give you the format to add the record. Now, which page is this? This is a EMP form page. You can see it here. You can see over here EMP form. This form was getting executed. Okay, good. Now I will give you some information on Hibernate. Now, how Hibernate works, that I show you. So for that purpose, what I will do, I will go to this particular file and I will change the workspace. Now, this also you should know what is workspace, what is Maven, how to add dependency. So that we have discussed in yesterday's session. So I hope at least you are remembering the name, है ना guys? So this is how we have to do the detailed study. This is just this just the trailer, you can say. It's just a trailer of the movie. So movie still to come, right? So I'm just executing the project so that you can understand that such kind of project can be made in Spring. Okay. So let's switch the workspace. Okay, now I will. Oh shit! So sorry. The same workspace I have clicked. Where is the Eclipse? So during our this boot camp, we have learned different things, right? From OOP concepts, then we have learned collection classes, then we have learned IO, that is input output operation. Then we have learned JDBC, how to connect Java with the database. Then yesterday and today we have saw a object, sorry, project which is created in Spring. Now I'm just giving you some sort of knowledge about Eclipse also. What I will do is I will go to this program, go to this D drive, and I create a folder called FFF. First find. Okay, so I will share this, create this particular folder. Okay, so here you can say FFF, okay, and you can create it here. You can see it is getting open. It is taking some time. Now I will go to File and I will switch the workspace, and I will take the workspace which we have just created, FFF. Okay. It's taking some time. Okay, so here we go. We have FFF file, so folder, sorry. We will take that folder. Here it is, and say okay. Here also. Now, basically, Hibernate. What is Hibernate? Hibernate is a framework which allows us to work on ORM, that is object relational mapping. Okay, so if you want to learn ORM, you can learn entire Hibernate. Okay, so what happens here is stable gateway. Okay, for example, I have some data members like integer ID, right? I have string name. These are few variables I'm using to store the data. And again, string address. Then I have salary. Okay, this kind of columns I have, variables I have. What's going to happen is when you write @entity on top of this particular file, what it will do, it will create the table with this name, employee. Okay, so we don't have to create a table in database. When you say class employee and when you say here entity, this entity annotation will create the table with this particular name. Okay, so if I want to create a table, what I need to do, I need to mark this class as entity. Now I want ID as primary key. So what we will do, we will say add ID like this. Okay, like this. Okay, so what it will do, it will assign primary key to this field, and I want to make these variables as column of the table. So what I will do, I will say column like this. Same I will use here, right? So this is one example of ORM. So ORM is not to learn, but just this is a simple thing I'm putting forward to you, right? So what will happen again? I replay. Uh, when you write entity annotation means @entity. We call it as annotation. So once you write the entity annotation for employee class, what Hibernate will do? Hibernate will create table with the name called employee. Okay, so there will be a table which have this name. Okay, in database. So it will create a table in database with this particular name. Okay, so inside table, I want columns. So who will give me columns? Like this, I have to do it. So I have said ID as a primary key. So when you say @ID, it will mark this column as a ID. If you mark it as column, then them will become another column. Address will become another column. Salary become another column. So why it is becoming columns? Because we are putting @column. That is why these particular variables will be treated as columns in the table called employee. Okay, so that example I'm showing you now. So for that, what we need to do is we need to create a project. Okay. It's a simple project, Java project we have to create. If you won't find Java project here, you click on project. Okay. Give some name here for this project. I'm saying demo Hibernate. Okay, right? And then use click this particular use default JD because we require JDK 1.8 in our project. So we will click on this and I will say next. Here we don't have to do anything. In now in this particular uh, wizard, we have to just say next. Okay. Now you will get this page. On this page, you don't have to do anything. Just click on finish. Okay. You have to just click on finish. Say no. Okay. So you can see at the left hand side, demo Hibernate project is created. Okay. What you will do, you will expand it. Okay. And you have to right click here. Why you right click? Because we have to put that jar file will not work. Okay. So to make the project work, you have to add jar files. From there, you will right click on the project and go to properties. This is a property window. This is the property window. So in this property window, you have to click on Java build path. You have to click on Java build path. And here you can see a tab called libraries. You will see a tab called libraries. So just click there and say add external jars. Okay, what you will do, you will click on add external jars. And from here, we will add the jar file. So you need to store that jar files. So this my connector I required. This is a jar file which we have used on in JDBC sessions. Again, you add and go for Hibernate and pick these two files. Okay, so these two files are also needed to add. So total 11 files we need to add. Okay, 11 jar files. Now go to lib. Here you will get required one. All this I'm selecting. Again, I will go to add external jar. Back. I will say bytecode. And this particular CGI lib I will select. Again, I will go to add external jar. And I will add second one. After CGI lib, I will add assist, Java assist jar file. Then again, I will go to this particular jar and I will now pick up JPA. Now, JPA stands for Java Java applications, or you can say Java programming applications. Okay. Okay. So I have added all the things. Now I will say okay. Okay. So you can see that jar files here. So if you count it, it will be 11. Okay. Okay. Now what you will do is you will create one Pojo file so that we can create the table with this class name. So go to class and say customer. Okay. Now I don't want main method, so I'm not clicking anywhere. Just say finish. Actually, the name I have spelling I have written wrong. I will correct it. No, it's right. Customer, correct. Okay. Now after adding this particular file, I will take the class from this my existing projects. Okay. JPA stands for Java Persistence API. Okay, so that also we have to learn once we start the class. So right now, as I said multiple times, I'm just demonstrating the things. I'm not teaching anything. But it is really nice that you are understanding all the things. Now here, I will go to new 2020. Inside this, I have I have examples. Sorry, we have another folder. In that, I have something called, I have to go back again. Here I will go to examples. Examples subfolder is also there called example. Inside this, we have Java PRGs. This is all programs are created by me in Java. Go to Java. Here you will get HB file name. HB means hyperlink. So just go there and add this file. Okay, now just copy this. This is your student file. So instead of student, we will create customer. Okay, so I will open that file and we will simply copy paste it. So here we go. Just copy paste entire thing and then change the variables. Okay, I have pasted it. Here I will make a class as customer. CUST OMR. Now we will have customer ID. So here I will say first ID. Here I will say first name. First is a short form of customer. And then I will have getter setter methods. Right click here and go to this option called as source. And you can see here generate getter setter. This particular sub option you have to click. Okay, and just select this checkbox and say okay. Now you will find getter setter methods are coming off automatically. And here also you can see I have used @entity annotation on customer class. So now what will happen with this name, table will get created. But how it will get created, we need to have some files also, like we require Hibernate configuration file. Okay, so what we will do, we will take this configuration file from here, copy it. I'll just give you one example how table is created, how values are stored. So click on Hibernate, copy, copy, and paste it here in our project. Paste it in SRC. Okay, so you got this file here. Now we have to do some settings. Okay, we have to do some settings. There are a number of things to tell you, but within 1 hour we cannot learn entire thing. I will like if you take the course and we will be meet again. So here you can see I have certain connection properties. Okay. So here you can see connection driver. So which driver I'm using? I'm using form.mysql.jdbc driver. So same driver we have used in JDBC also. Okay, so the same driver I'm using here also. What is the URL? This is a URL. 3306 is the port number and localhost, it is the name of my laptop. Okay, so if you want to create this table in some other PC, then put that particular port number here. Okay, and the database name is MyDB. Okay, so after that, we'll give username as root, and I have password as pass. So these 4 things are connection properties. These 4 things are connection properties. After doing that, we need to have a dialect also. So dialect is one which will which will run the SQL commands on database. And here you can see I have given a name as show SQL true. What is the meaning of show SQL true? Whenever we execute the class file or any specific file, it will create a SQL query, and that SQL query you will read. You will able to read here. If we return this show SQL as true, then here I will say create or update, anything we can use, and this is the one where we have to give the name. So what I will do is I will rename this package. Where is rename? Then I have to create. Can you see anywhere rename? Otherwise, I need to create a folder. So I will create a package. And in that package, I will paste. So I'm giving a name as org.entity. And in this particular package, I'm storing my files. So here I will just cut it from here and I will store it in org.entity. So now this package will not be used. We'll use this package. So you can see here I have, we have to keep this hibernate.cfg.xml file on src. If it is created twice, remove one. We need only one hibernate.chg.xml. So this hibernate.chg.xml will allow you to communicate with the database. Okay, so I will copy this customer. I will copy this customer class as well and put it into org.entity here. Okay, and from here, I will remove that file. Just say delete. Okay. Okay, now this org entity we have to give here. So what is the name of my class in org entity? It is customer. So I will give it here customer. Okay. Now what I'm going to use is I'm going to use one class file called as insert main. So this particular file will able to store your information about the customers. We'll go to insert main. And now we need to change some methods because this is from a different project I'm showing you. So here, instead of student, you will create object of customer. Something like S, S or C. So I have used S or C here. Here you will say new customer. Okay, so here you can just delete this and you can say C dot. C dot. Hmm. Okay, fine. Now actually it is 8 o'clock, so I guess we should stop here. So I will able to teach these things once you start your classes. See, I will show you. Still 2-3 minutes are remaining, so let's make a use of it. So we have to use methods like set student ID. So here we will say C dot set customer ID. Okay, once you say customer ID, it will take that as a method. So you can see this customer ID method we have here. See here. Set cust ID. It is not customer ID, it is cust ID. So make it as set cust ID. Go to customer. Here you can say Here it will show you when you press dot now, press control space C. Now column name is object name is wrong. So now I have to rectify it. Now say set first ID. You can see the method here, and I'm creating ID 1. So ID of this customer is 1. And then I will say s dot set first name will be say Nilesh. Then we will store this object using same method. Now I need to tell you what is session factory, session, begin transaction, a lot of things to teach. So we have to save this. So right click now and run this project. Save, run as application. So database name is my DB. Okay, it is giving an error. There is the error. Here also we need to use C. Let's run this again. Run as application. Okay, so you can see here it will show you the output. It is still executing the same program. If you want to cancel the run, you can click on this red square. But now I will not do it because the project is going to execute. Okay, so anyways, this project will work. So this is our last session of our training or boot camp. I hope you enjoy a lot, and I hope you will be shortly with us as a student. So what I will do here is I will stop the session here because it is taking too much time. So thank you very much for listening my lecture. So I will stop here. Thank you guys. Bye bye.